Okay, so before we get into the point of the video, I just want to show I finally found it. You guys don't know how long I have been looking for this thing. It's been at least a couple months, but I have finally found the Ocarina of Time. And of course, since I haven't played it in probably 2 months at least, I will have to practice it and basically relearn it from the bottom up. But hopefully that means the Ocarina covers will come back. So yeah, just wanted to show this real quick, and with that, let's get into the video. What's up guys, my name is Christian, welcome back to Holy Wheels, and welcome back finally to the Names of God series, where we discuss and discover the different names of God, but not in that order because that wouldn't make sense. And today we're going to be going over a name that goes the fear of Isaac. Almost lost it for a second. But yeah, the fear of Isaac, and it's used in Genesis 31, and it sounds like a really cool video game title or movie title. So I thought it'd be a really cool name to cover, and it's only used in this one passage in the entire Bible. And it's got a pretty cool story behind it, so yeah. So the story behind it is that Jacob, the son of Isaac, was working under his uncle Laban, and this work continued for 20 years straight, and Laban was, to put it very politely, just being a huge jerk to Jacob and was cheating him out of some wages. He was making him work in almost inhumane conditions. He was always tampering with his wages and just not showing very good work ethics at all. And this took place over a time span of 20 years. So, of course, because it took place over that long of a time span, of course, it wouldn't even take that long of a time span for me to get ticked off. But yeah, since it took place over that long of a time, there was a huge amount of antagonism between the two. But eventually, they both got tired of it, and they both decided to make a covenant between themselves. They said, in the name of the fear of Isaac, there won't be any more antagonism, one won't harm the other, and they're going to try and patch things up. That's basically the gist of the story. And yeah, this is, of course, to commemorate the faith of Isaac. It's not about any kind of like being scared type of fear. It's more of a respect kind of fear, which I've touched over dozens of times. But yeah, the fear of Isaac, and this also could be seen as a sign of humility, depending on how you interpret it, because Jacob isn't talking about his own faith here. He's talking about his father's faith, and Isaac was, of course, a great man of God. Of course, Jacob definitely became a great man of God too, but let's face it, in his earlier years, probably said that weird, in his earlier years, in his teenage years, and in his kid years, he was very rebellious and caused a lot of family conflict and caused a lot of conflict in general. And so, maybe in his head, he probably didn't feel that it was right to say in the fear of Jacob, because he had his own troubled past. Of course, Isaac did too, as does everybody. But I think Isaac was the more godly of the two for a longer time, at least. So yeah, the fear of Isaac, and it's interesting that he didn't say like the fear of Abraham or the fear of some other very godly person, because Abraham was actually dead at the time that Jacob said this, and of course there is no fear in heaven. So yeah, just a little bit of extra stuff. Ugh, getting my words mixed up, but yeah, that is the gist of the name, and very cool name. Very, it sounds ominous at first, but it's definitely not meant to be ominous. It's meant to commemorate someone's faith, and I thought that aspect of it was very cool too, because you don't see that many names out of all the names and titles of God that there are. There are I don't know how many, but hundreds throughout the Bible, and this is one of the few that commemorates somebody else's faith, and very cool story behind it. And we can see through it that though Jacob was definitely troubled, had his rebellious years and all that, he was definitely a man of God. He grew to be a man of God and very faithful, and it was a very humble person in the end, and yeah, and because of this covenant, things were eventually patched up and worked out, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. There isn't too much to say about this one other than the story I just told, but nonetheless, I thought it was a really cool, it has one that has a set story behind it. It's a name that has a set story behind it, and I thought that was cool. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Finally found my ocarina, so I'm gonna get to practicing that, and hopefully start using that again and letting that be a part of this channel again. I've definitely missed it. The time, what is Link called in Ocarina of Time? The hero of time has reemerged and a 24-year-old paraplegic. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you in the next one. God bless.